Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is a review for The Blackening. This is a movie on STARZ. I think Prime has it up there. If you have the STARZ app, you can also watch it on Prime. I think if you have, I think on Prime, like, it's an added expense. I feel like they charge for every different type of, every network. Like MGM, you got to pay extra for that. AMC, pay extra for that. So, like, everything's not on Prime. But if you have STARZ, you can watch The Blackening. I love the movie. And I'm laughing because I was thinking about, you know, something that happened in the movie. It has so many, so many funny parts. So many funny parts. This is why I love, and I'm going to upload my review on horror noir. It's probably going to be up by the time this is up. But this is why I love black horror films, because seeing things from our lens is so refreshing, and mainly because the way that the characters, the way that they react to certain, you know, things and happenings in the movie is so realistic to black people, and that alone has me sold. It was such a good movie. So let's start from the beginning. In the beginning, we see Molly from Insecure. She's at this house in the woods, cabin situation, and she and her college friends are getting up for a Juneteenth celebration. She's in there. Her husband is with her. They're, you know, going around the house, looking around. They've decorated, all of that. And they stumble on the game room. They go inside, and there's a board game on the table called The Blackening. When they open the box, it's a black face with the red lips and all of that. And they're like, oh, hell no. We're going to be sure to leave a nasty review about this. Just to put your little racist game, your little Confederate flag, all of that's just in the basement. They're in a hick town, by the way. Like, it's a very small rural area. It's definitely giving sundown town. Anyway, the game just turns on, and it's like, pick a card. And so, but at first, Molly, of course, is like, not my black ass. Let's close it. Let's get on up out of here. And they're like, pick a card. If you guess right or die, basically. And so the question is, who name black characters that survived in a horror movie? Her husband, he throws out Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps or something like that. It's a wrong answer. And so, of course, somebody's going to die. An arrow gets to flying out of nowhere, gets him right in the neck. So he dead. She thinks she gonna run away and all of that. Of course, no. Somebody grabs her by the legs and slides her right back in the game room. We flip, and the rest of the friends are pulling into town. They get a voice message from Molly and them saying that they would be back later on that night. You know, so let yourself in, blah, 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 blase, blase. So they're thinking they, you know, everything is squared away at the house, and they're going to pull up, and, you know, they're just going to wait for Molly and her husband. They get there. Their friend is already there. One of the other people, he's already there, and he's being accosted by the Ranger Rick. He out there, you know, cause the guy can't get into the house. He doesn't have the code, all of that. And so friend has to walk up. She's an attorney. You know, it's always a black woman got to come in and get the shit straight. So what's going on? Oh, well, here's the list of all of our names on it. We're going to be staying here for the weekend. And he going to say, oh, the Johnsons, they don't normally rent to, oh, black people? Oh, well, today they did. Us black folks rented. and we got it for the weekend. Thank you, sir. We'll call you if we need you, you know? And so they go on in the house, and there's another guy and girl that are coming in later. And the guy's he's very quirky, very nerdy. You know, homegirl recognizes him like, oh yeah, you. But she's surprised he's on the invite list because this is really like a core group of friends, not like a class trip. And so she's surprised to see him, but it's kind of like, okay, I mean, you want to ride together? Because he says he's there for the reunion, so they're gonna ride together. Everybody arrives, you know, they're drinking, doing Molly. But within the friend group, you know, there's always a few couples. So there's Namdi. He's a guy. He's played by what was the guy's name on Power? He was Kane's son on Power. I can't think his name now, but he's over here. His name is Namdi, and he's dating the girl, the lawyer. They dated in college, but he dogged her, cheated on her, all of that, and they broke up. Unbeknownst to the group, they've been back together for a little minute now, you know, secretly back together. So they hunching, you know, in secret rooms and all of that. But there's a mixed girl as well. There's a biracial girl. Her dad is white and her mom is black. So she's very much, and for whatever reason, it's like this a lot. When you got a black mama, you just gonna be raised with a whole lot more blackness than being raised by a white mother and having a black dad. I don't know why, but it just from my experience and experiencing biracial individuals who have black mothers, they tend to be, you know, more in tune with their blackness. I don't know why, but they just are. And she's very much like that. Anyway, they stumble on that game room too. And as a collective, they decide to go ahead and, you know, play the game. And they're playing and they're getting it. The game is rolling now. It's all Black history questions. And so they're getting it. The biracial girl, she the only one know the second verse to the African American national anthem. And we're stunned, but thank you, girl. Thank you. You know, everybody has their strengths and weaknesses when it comes to the Black history. Namdi, he good with the numbers. There was a question that kind of tripped everybody else up, but he knew what to do. The math was mathing. Okay? He was smart. He's smart. Anyway, they come to one question that they don't know. They don't know the answer to. And they don't think anything is wrong or nothing like that. A TV turns on in the room and they see Molly. She's sitting in a chair. Now shit done flip. You know, things have flipped now. And now the jig is up. Now they know something is happening. Something is going on. They see her tied up in a room with a man in there threatening her life and all of that. So they all watching on the TV. And this is when it gets black as hell. Okay. When they get that question wrong, something is tied to Molly's hair and it's just pulling. They like, oh shit, they finna scalp her. No, girl, they finna scalp you, girl. It snatches and it's a wig. And they like, hell yeah, that's some good lace glue. Run, girl, run. And they all standing in the room watching the screen, just like Black folks would do. Get out of there, girl. Get your ass out of there right now. Screaming as if Molly can hear her. You know that's what we do in a horror film. We standing up at the TV. Run, girl. Get out of there, bitch. Don't you go in there. So they can see from the different angles because it keeps the screen keeps, you know, flipping each camera view, I should say. And finally, she's at their door. She's knocking on it. They're trying to let her in. They can't let her in. And somebody else is, they're all reciting what's going on. They're like, he behind you. Then somebody else yell from where they at, he behind you, girl. And then them at the door, he behind you, girl. When I say this movie was so good, it was so good and entertaining. Anyway, the man get her. He gets to the door and it opens. And of course it's just dark. And they like, I think her name was Morgan. Morgan, that's you, girl. Morgan. Nobody's getting near the door. Because we Black. We don't do that. We don't do that. The door opened by itself for one. They go up to it like, that must be her. That must be her. Then the man comes stepping through with a crossbow and his black face mask on. They all get to hollering and running. They all get to hollering and running, and then the other girl, she going to try to close the door again. Somebody got to go grab a knife and stab the man in the foot and all of that. And then finally, you know, he kind of scurries off. But still, where is Molly? Where is she? We know her husband did, because they done seen that. They done seen his body, and they saw the fact that he did indeed, you know, perish. But in all of this running around, you know, trying to get away, because now they know a killer is on the land, on the property. The biracial girl says, and this might be the whitest shit I done said, but y'all, we're gonna have to split up. They all like, yeah, that's your white side talking. Split up, girl, we not splitting up. She like, that's the best bait, can't be in two places at once. So they split up. Some go here, some stay in the house. The ones that stay in the house, they end up, you know, walking through the house and trying to hide and all of that. The ones that are out there being chased down by the man with the crossbow, they end up getting his ass. Okay, they end up getting him and taking him out. But then they realize, wait a minute, he ain't got no bloody boot. It's two of them. So it's more than one. So they have to figure out, they have to, you know, try to get back to the house to warn them that there's more than one of them. And of course they finally do. They finally all, you know, get back together and realize, you know, after realizing that there's more than one of them, and the ones in the house end up having to deal with him, because he finds them. They hiding in like this vent area, and he finds them, and the guy, you know, it's always the gay guy in the crew. He the one who, when he's nervous, he done already warned us, when he's nervous, he throws up, and so he getting more and more scared as the man is walking up to the vent, and he just, I mean, projectile vomits all over that man, and that man, of course, gets to running, and you know, he's icked out, and somebody gets the arrow and they shoot him, and he blocks it with his hand so it doesn't penetrate his head. It's just in his hand. They thinking they done got him. They just standing up talking, you know, celebrating the fact that they done took this man out. He ain't out yet. So, of course, he gets back up, and then somebody else has to take him out. The girl, the lawyer, she get her whatever piece of whatever she had, and she walks up on him and beats his ass to death. She's like, just like a black woman have to save everybody. She beating his ass, and they all standing back like, okay, girl, I think he got, girl, I think he gone. Girl, I think that's enough. Girl, you got him, girl. Girlie down, girl. Yeah, she had got carried away. Okay, she had got carried away. But anyway, they thinking it's all over. Okay, everything is all good. But when they find out who the people are, they look in the guy's pocket and see he has their names written out, and they each have a bounty on their head. So each of them $100. They're like, somebody paid them to do this. And they just looking and looking, you know, and thinking in the house, and something else comes up on their TV, and it's their friend Clarence. Because Clarence, they sent Clarence out. Because when I forgot to tell y'all this, when they was playing the game, one of the questions was, who's the blackest? Who's the blackest, or who's the least black? Who's the blackest in the crew? And so they all go around, you know, to prove how non-black that they are. And they get to him, and he starts throwing out how non-black he is. He's like, listen, I like anime. I voted for Trump twice. And, you know, and that did it. And they like, oh, it's your ass. They all picked him. And the person that got picked had to go outside the house. Like, they were sending them out there basically to get killed. And that's exactly what happened. He went out there and he was shot with an arrow, thinking that he dead. You know, now they see him on the screen, like in a chair slumped over with the arrow in his chest. And they're, you know, they're still trying to figure this out, you know, because who paid these two rednecks to come kill all the black people in this house? And y'all, it was Clarence. It was Clarence whole time. Clarence whole time had this set up. And I knew it. You weren't invited. It's always the one that's not invited to the murder mystery who done it. You know, they done set it all up. They the ones sent the invitations. It's always that way. And so here we are again. He the one invited them all out there because they teased him back in college, and because he couldn't play spades, he reneged. He reneged in spades, and they let his ass have it. And so for that, he done came back and made them play a game on their blackness. He was crazy as hell. He was crazy as hell. He did a great job. He did a great job in this role. Of course, you know, they got to take Clarence's ass out. Throw his ass down the well because he done killed Molly and her husband. It was a really good movie. It was a really good movie. It was really good and really funny. Another one of my faves. I can put it in my favorite box, my favorite jar, right alongside Who Cloned Tyrone. These two movies right here are going. Them some movies I'm gonna watch more than once. I'm gonna start learning lines and everything because it was good. It was really good. I really, 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 really enjoyed. What is Grace's last name? Y'all know Grace. She was Boo Boo Kitty. Boo Boo Kitty on Empire. Andre's wife. She was Andre's girlfriend too in the movie, right? No, she was with Lucius in Empire. But her, Grace, she did so good. It was so good. It was so good. This is another film that I would have loved to be a part of, to be in the cast, because I know that they had a great time. So many funny moments. So much. It was so much. It was great. So I implore you guys to go over there and tune in. Like I had to quickly come over here before I forgot, you know, intricate details and things like that, because I didn't take notes on it. I really wanted to watch it and enjoy it. I hate when I do the note taking, I have to pause and rewind sometimes, make sure I'm not missing anything. And so with this one, I just wanted to sit and enjoy it for what it was, and I was able to do that and come back and regurgitate a little bit. I'm sure I missed a few details here and there, a few spoilers here and there, but overall, I saw that twist in the end coming. I will say that I saw that coming. But I will say I expected that aha moment to happen a lot sooner. Like, I didn't expect it to be he paid them people to come out there killing them folk. I didn't expect that at all. Like, now him being the one behind the killing and doing all of this, doing all that, yeah, I that's what I expected. I expected him to be the killer. I mean, he was per se, but you know, he hired those two white guys to do it. But yeah, it was a really good movie. So go check out The Blackening. I want them to give us another one. Like, I want there to be a Blackening 2. You know, like, let's do it again. Let's do it again. You know, it was really good. Anyway, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.